The zone, I'm trying to get in. Open the playbook, the book of the champion. Get flipped if you trying to get in. I got the front defense, they got the end. Going for long, on first and the 10. Gotta go hard, we gotta get all. No loss or excuses, cause we gotta win. They say they sleep, must not be a fan. Get at your mans and mess up your plan. Look at your stance and look at your hand. I do what I want and you do what you can. I do it for fans, you do it for fame. EA Sports, we in the game. I am the coach and the player of the game. They gon' remember the name.
We want back ends. Wipe my sins. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. Wake up, the champs is in. Champion. We want back ends. Wipe my sins. Wipe it. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. Wake up, the champs is in. Yeah.
Stand and look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where waste at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down, Stafford here. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be a second down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw on second down to Stafford. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Back to throw, Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is, when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. Touchdown, Chicago! A A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Johnson pushing through tacklers at the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Here's Stafford now on second down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Leonard Floyd. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun, Stafford. David Johnson here on the catch. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. And they will stop him short of the marker. Well, there is a flag here, but if this is on the offense, and I think it is, they'll obviously decline it. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. Maybe a couple up to the 38.
Let's go, let's go. Lock in, lock in.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything
18,
else.
18. Hey, gotta go, gotta go.
On third down, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Damon Harrison in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Lions now. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, tag 50 left.
Stafford on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now it's Stafford. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return will stop right around the 25. Johnson was the intended receiver.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Trey Burton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Now a first down throw. Stafford. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwan. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Here's Stafford. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
On 4th down, Stafford. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And they will score. A pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey with the extra point. And it's now 21-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for the Lions. 51 yards. On 1st down at Stafford. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're in a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Final 24 seconds of the 1st half as they come up here 1st and 10. On 1st down, Trubisky. Looking sideline, incomplete. Deion Sims is tight end, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, gotta go.
This time, Trubisky will throw. Letting one go deep for a noon walk. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Gotta go.
On second down, here's Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right. Hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Finding Gabriel complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Caught by Jones. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Underneath for Johnson. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Now a handoff, Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. The Lions on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Stafford. It's hauled in by Ellington. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Stafford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Devon Kennard in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to go up top over the... Oh, wide open. Complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 39 that time.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
Gotta go. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra...
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Bears continue to pour it on. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right.
And now here is another interception. He's picked off at his own 47, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Dancing to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now they'll run it with Cohen, and he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down, 4 down.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far.
18.
This is 3rd down and 12.
3 down. Gotta go. I got it.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw on second down is Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
The Lions on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
To throw is Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danny Trevathan with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Oh, Trubisky going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Jarrad Davis coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Lock in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Steps away to his left. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. And they won't run a play here. No victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. From the right hash, this from 33. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Lions. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Stafford on 1st down. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Aaron Lynch in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. One last throw here for Stafford. Throw left side taken in by Galladay. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And
The defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Chicago, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cop the racks.